All right, everybody, if you want to grab your seats, that would be very much appreciated. I'm trying to work out how much of my bossy voice to get into this one, but it's the sooner you sit down, we'll get through the presentations and end on time, which is my goal at every conference, is to end on time or slightly early. We did well yesterday. Yeah. I reckon we could do it again today. They're going to make me walk up there and go and tell them, aren't they? All right, legends. Thank you so much for that. Cheers, everybody. We are going to crack in with the next three presentations for this section. A reminder, take notes, write things down while you're going along. It does help with the processing and keeping that information in your mind and reminding you who you need to follow up with afterwards if they're saying something particularly interesting. Our next presentation is from Ramcan, crushing and balling or baling equipment. So we've got Kell and Ainsley Watson from Ramcan here to do this presentation. So if you wouldn't mind putting your hands together and welcoming them up to the podium for their presentation.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you for welcoming us to Larrakia country. That's my brother Kelly, of course, over there, and myself. You'll have to excuse me because I'm new to this. I'd like to start off with the history of Ramcan, and it all started off with my father, John Watson, recycling in the late 70s and early 80s as Absan Plastics, that was ABS and SAN Plastics. He made a granulator after leaving Holden's and started up a granulating plastic recycling service for small businesses in Adelaide, grinding up telephones for Telstra or Telecom at the time, Gadak that made pot plants, that sort of thing, which is one of those things that our family's been very passionate about in recycling. To go on from there, my mum, Jennifer Watson, and John, they came up to Darwin in the mid-90s. My mum's a professor in nursing and was teaching here in Northern Territory University and Royal Darwin Hospital. Dad was a volunteer at KAB, working with Lorna Woods. Part of the Tidy Town program, he got to get out to some of the communities in judging and basically seeing the situation with cans and plastic bottles and rubbish and that sort of thing. So he realised that by the time they'd gone back to Adelaide, that he needed to make a bale machine to help these people out. And one of the first bale machines that Dad sold was to Pepperminati. Sorry, Alice, if you could please put up one of the, thank you. So yeah, this photo here is of one of our bathtub bale machines, and that was the first one we sold to Pepperminati. So if there's anyone here from Pep, we'd like to buy one of the first ones back. And we might buy one off Paul from Mataranka, but we'll sort something out there. So heading on from that, yeah, we'll go to the next. So that particular bale machine was, it crushed it up with a flat end, and they came out as like a biscuit type bale. They had a fair few cans there at the time. Here's the same sort of machine that was sold to Mataranka, and that was around 2005. Mark's there. He's not here at the moment, but yeah, go on from there. Sorry. I will go back actually if I can. Yeah, I just wanted to say, excuse me. I'll go to, yeah, this one here is Kalkarinji, and this is more of a modern bale machine. This one is ordered through Rob Drew, and basically he's a person that came up with wanting to have a transition chute on it and a sorting table. So we sort of ended up making that up for him, you know, to make things better for them. Basically at Kalkarinji, the cans are donated from the club to the council for the 10 cents that goes back to the community. The arrangement of the cans that are donated to them, they're sent to the depot in Darwin. So basically, they're not getting the baling fee or anything like that. They're not running as a depot. So basically, they're just getting the 10 cents given to them, and then they bale them and send them back. And then with Mataranka, it was Nathan McBoy that had actually organised this purchase. Even though Paul and Joseph are running Mataranka now, and at the situation for them, they do run it as a depot. So basically, they're paying out to the community the 10 cents, and then only receiving a discussed or negotiated cost when it comes to the handling fee or a baling fee. And of course, really, when it comes to a baling fee, it comes down to the density, because of course, if it's not crushed enough and it gets sent up to Darwin here, then basically the collection depot here will have to crush it again. So it's one of those things. So we need to focus on bale density. This is a photo that my dad liked to put in. So here, basically, it's just a few things on, you know, the can weight, and basically the volume of the trough is 100 litres on what the bale machine would take, approximately 150 cans to 200 cans per trough, which is usually about 4 to 6 trough loads per wool bale, 100 cans, 800 cans in a wool bale. So basically, yeah, you can make the bale as long as you want. It's about 330 mil long, wide and high. So you can make them as long as you want. And it's usually to make them a pallet width or length. And then we can stack them up on top of each other. As you can see, yeah, there are approximately 3,000 cans in one of those bales. And then you've got the bale density range of 300 to 360 kilograms per square cubic meters. 3,000 cans equal approximately 4 wall bales. Here we've got just the bale density, formula in working that out. I usually work it out by taking the decimal point back in front of the 3, so it'd be 0.34 times 0.34 times 1.2, and then you can come up with the relevant answers and go through and work out your bale density. Yeah, so there's basically 9 bales that we put on a pack, 3 by 3, and then there's approximately 27,000 cans per bale pack. This is the latest machine. That's the right-hand transition chute with a sorting table, and then we've got the exit chute at the back there. It runs with 2 clamp rails down the side here. We've got a couple of hydraulic cylinders either side there, with the clamp rails that clamp in, and that restricts the flow for the main ram that will push against the restricted flow to compact the cans or cardboard or whatever it is that you're wanting to crush. Moving on from there, yeah, that's the left-hand bale machine. So with the transition chute going off the left-hand side, there's another photo there. And then that's with the sorting table on the mounting struts, basically as a whole unit. So as you can see, it is a mobile unit. Yeah, the transporting logistics volume to cube, basically, yeah, Ramcan's bale density 300 kg cubic meters. Yeah, excuse me. Is there any questions that anyone would ask? So I'm a little bit nervous. No questions. Thank you very much.
And you made up the time it took them to grab their seats for me, so I'm really happy about that. That was great. Thanks. Oh, do you do that? What's your go-to song? Is it your own or karaoke style or? Oh, he's also a musician. There you go. Maybe you just carry the guitar here and talk about it. Have you written any songs about baling equipment? There's a market. Look at this space. There is a market for baling equipment songs. I like it. I don't know. I'd listen.